Hello and welcome back to Pentiment. It is time for the reveal. We have to go to the archdeacon, reveal all of our evidence, and, well, see if we can save Piero. Let's see how it goes. This may or may not be the end of the game. I suspect it's not, because we know there was another murder, potentially, but it may be towards the end. Let's see what happens. At the very least, it's going to be a transition into like the next phase, so let's find out. You gonna sing for me? You're not singing today? Oh, you're just going to say, God bless you, Andreas. Do we know where the guy is? I just realised I have no idea where this archdeacon is. Oh, he's in the chapter house. Oh. Well, we'll go to the chapter house then. Oh, he did sing for us. Cool. Oh, where the murder happened. Oh, hello. Everybody just standing outside having a little chat. These must be all the other people who were interrogated. Or was it Ulrich brought here? Interesting. Okay. Let's go. Oh, that's a large garden. Let's go into the chapter house. Hello, Gernot? Or you want to speak to us first? Andreas. Father Gernot. Master Maler, if you think I am unaware of your actions around this abbey in the past few days, you are mistaken. Oh? I know that you visited the widow Kemperton and convinced her to question the legal status of her lease. So what if I did? You're trying to trick her. I don't need to trick her. I am the abbot of Kiersau. I was elected to this holy position by my brothers. I was invested with the power to rule this land by the lance of the emperor, whose own right is derived from God himself. So forgive me if I do not respect the legal posturings of a failed university student. It doesn't matter if you respect me. What you're doing isn't legal. You don't decide that, and if you interfere again, you will pay for it. Now then, for all your meddling, you will not be welcome in Kiersau after your commission is complete. I apologize. I was only trying to help Brother Piero. It's too late for apologies. Your days of interfering with the daily life of this abbey will end. It was never my intention to interfere, Father Abbot. I'll leave you to the archdeacon now. Try not to perjure yourself. God save you, Andreas Maler. Well, that's not good. Archdeacon? Please state your name for our records. How are we gonna say it? Andreas Maler, artist, recently of Venice? I did say never miss an opportunity to mention the trip to Italy, but probably not the best time. Andreas Maler, journeyman artist from Nuremberg. What is an artist doing in Kiersau Abbey? The Abbey still has commissions from wealthy patrons, and I need the money before I return to Nuremberg. We might as well just be honest. Arnold, please write that down. I think we're ready to begin. Of course, Your Reverence. Now then, Master Maler, what was your relation to Lorenz, the Baron Rothvogel? I mean, we have to be honest. I only knew him for a day, but we were on friendly terms. Do you feel you had a sense of him as a person? No, Your Reverence. That is unfortunate, but I'd like you to try and characterize the man for me. A nobleman, for all the good and ill that goes along with that title. Do you have a problem with the nobility, Master Maler? Let's use our orator power to get myself out of the hole I dug myself into. Of course not, Your Reverence, but even noblemen may be tempted to abuse their power. I understand your meaning, yes. Now, do you know of anyone who had reason to harm the Baron? I can think of a few people, Your Reverence. Good, that might help us solve this problem that faces us. So, that's a positive. He doesn't think Piero did it, because if he thinks Piero did it, he wouldn't be like Do you know who would have wanted to have done it? Baron Rothvogel was murdered here in this very room. Someone did it. Father Gernot believes it was one of his monks, Brother Piero. I met with Brother Piero and questioned him at length. Well, it seems unlikely that a man of his age and temperament could murder the Baron. He was discovered in flagrant delicito. We've gotta be so, we gotta be picky here. Technically, he was discovered in corpus deliciti, but it was not caught in flagrant delicito. So, body of the crime, sometimes literal, often figurative. The principle that must be proven to establish a crime has occurred. Okay. Master Maler, I'm not interested in your clarifications, technical or otherwise, on the matters of Latin or law. If you wish to advocate on behalf of Brother Piero, I suggest shutting your mouth until I ask you a question. Okay, well, I mean, fair enough. That was probably a little bit over the top in terms of our correcting him. Brother Piero had reasons to resent the Baron. The loss of his work, the insistence on discussing the writings of the troublemaker from Wittenberg. And as for his age and infirmity, I myself have read many cases in which a man of modest strength succumbs to the temptations of the devil. Once seized by a devilish fever, the poor sinner gains an infernal power that allows him to inflict grievous wounds, sometimes fatal. What I am saying is that in spite of the curious circumstances, Brother Piero is the most plausible perpetrator of this most vile act. I understand that you are on friendly terms with Brother Piero. You also interact with the Baron both in the town and the Abbey. Did you witness something that suggests someone else could have murdered Baron Rothvogel? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Where do we even start? I'm going to start with Phorenik. I'm going to assume that we can only get, the way I'm going to work this is I'm going to assume that whatever we say first is the only thing we're going to say. If we get another option, we'll choose the next one down the list with the same logic, right? Like, the second one that we say is the only thing that we're going to say. But Phorenik is by far the most likely culprit. Out of these 5 culprits that we have, he is by far the most likely. So we're going to say that. That is an extraordinary claim, Andreas. The abbot speaks highly of the prior, and he oversees both your and Brother Piero's work, does he not? Yes, your reverence. We're just going to agree. He wants us to stick to the question. An extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence for me to take it seriously. Why should I take the word of an artist over an respected officer of this abbey? I can provide evidence to Prior Phorenik's motive. Please do so. This one is the right one. Baron Rothvogel and Prior Phorenik were exchanging letters about forming a magical ritual during the Baron's visit. You have proof of this. I have a letter that the Prior wrote to the Baron. We don't have the imprint, we have the letter. I mean, we do also have the imprint, but the letter is much more solid. In it, the Prior mentions that he will not perform a ritual for the Baron, even if the Baron does follow through on a threat to implicate him to Inquisitors in Innsbruck. An implication of necromancy is a serious matter. The Prior's position would have been in peril, possibly even his life. How do you believe Prior Phorenik would have killed the Baron? I pray you will not say it was a magical ritual. I found a silver rod that belongs to Prior Phorenik. It has dried blood on it. A silver rod? Likely a magical tool of some sort, but it is of size and weight appropriate for the head wound that the Baron received. How did you come to possess this item? Let's do it this way. One of Prior Phorenik's concerned brethren delivered it to my keeping. I prefer to keep his name out of the records. Highly unusual, Master Maler, but I will heed your request. Is there anything else to say about the Prior? No, your reverence. Very well. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? Now what do we do? What do we do? That would be interesting. Who do we want to bring up next? I don't know. The thing is, it would be much cleaner if we presented one person, but I kind of want to present all my evidence. But then he might throw Ottilia Kemperin under the bus. I don't want to throw Ottilia under the bus. I also don't want to throw Matilda under the bus. We should mention Martin Bauer. We should definitely mention that he was there. We should mention Lucky and present the little evidence that we have for both of them. Let's do it. Yes, his name has come up in my inquiries. My understanding is that he absconded with some of the Baron's valuables. Arnold? Yes, your reverence. A silver ring, a gold ring, 12 gulden, 10 groschen, and a book intended as a gift for the abbey. Thank you. It is my understanding that this boy was known as a thief, but also as a coward, and that the theft was from the abbey's guest house after the Baron had already left it. Even so, it's still possible he could have committed the murder, your reverence. Yes, it's possible, but very unlikely in my judgment. I'm not treating him as a serious suspect for the Baron's murder at this time. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? I think we say Lucky next. Who is Lucky Steinauer? I don't believe his name has come up during our questioning. The town stonemason. Alright, what's the connection between the town stonemason and a nobleman from Worms? I and at least 3 farmers in the village saw Lucky arguing with the Baron when he came to town. About what? I don't know, but the argument was heated. Hetty and Veronica Barron witnessed it. Veronica? We were just had lunch with her. You mentioned a third witness. Yes, Martin Bauer, unfortunately. Ah, yes. Well, as discussed, the boy fled. Still, we will question the women about what they saw. How do you propose that the stonemason killed the Baron? He's quite strong. Yes. I'm simply saying it's possible he could have committed the murder. Your opinion is noted, Master Maler. Is there anyone else you could think of who may have wanted to harm the Baron? Where do we go? Where do we start? Now we're into tough times. I'm going to bring up the lease first. Then we're going to bring up Ottilia Kemperton. Is this relevant to the murder of the Baron? No, but as you represent the Prince Bishop and the Abbot rules these lands, I was hoping you might listen. Please be brief, Master Maler. I have many more people to question. The Abbot had Brother Guy write a letter to the widow about reclaiming her land. It's based on a false claim. False in what way? He claimed the lease was with the widow's late husband, Rannig Kemper, but it was not. The lease began generations earlier with Ottilia's great-grandfather. What substantive bearing does this have on the Abbot's claim? And there we go. If the existing lease allowed for the widow to partition her land to other renters, she could pay fees on the land. Yes, if it does, many peasants and freeholds resort to such measures in hard times. Very well, Master Maler, I shall make my own inquiry after I've completed my work here. Now then, let us return to the matter at hand. Let's think. Right. Who do we think could have done... Like, do we think Ottilia or Sister Matilda could have done it? Let's think. So Ottilia. It doesn't make sense for Ottilia to have done it, because it was done in the Abbey, right? So, one, she would have had to have been in the Abbey, which seems unlikely. She would have had to have brought a weapon to the Abbey. She would have had to have beaten the man to death in the Abbey. And then she would have had to have got out with a bloody weapon without anyone seeing her. And nobody has mentioned that she was there. I don't think she did it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think she did it. Sister Matilda. She could have done it. However, her story about killing rabbits would be very easy to reveal if we wanted to. We would simply need to go to another nun and say who kills the rabbits. And how did they do it? And they would say Matilda does it with the spade. Do we think the spade was what was used to kill him? Probably not. Also, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. If he was killed, we know it was probably within the abbey. Could it have been within the convent? I think we said it could be. So if he went there, then, you know, she hits him and then hits him again. Then he staggers into... no, because he got hit in here, right? Maybe. No, I think we stay quiet. There's no one else I could think of who could have caused harm to the Baron, Your Reverence. Maybe I'm making a mistake not throwing these ones under the bus, but I think it's Pharenic. So far. Very well. Are you aware of anything else that might shed some light on this case? Has Brother Florian told you about the note he found on the Baron's clothing? Yes, Brother Florian explained how he came to find it and told me its contents. Florian, of course, being our Polish mercenary turned mortician. Coroner. Master Adel Jager has entered his testimony in our register. I don't understand the implications. Who is the innocent? Not clear to me either, Your Reverence. You believe the murderer wrote it? Whoever wrote it was a talented scribe. I understand Kiersau has two, the elderly brother Adok and the younger brother Guy. To be frank, Your Reverence, neither man has the skill to write in this way. There's something else about it too. The style is just different. It's unlike Adok and Guy's writing, unlike mine. Yes, well, whatever the particulars, it seems it will remain a mystery that stands apart from the commission of the murder. Unfortunately, there is more to tell. I found more notes. Notes written in the same hand on the same type of parchment to those who had a motive to kill the Baron. That is deeply troubling, but again beyond the bounds of my investigation. In any case, I thank you for bringing it to my attention. Of course, Your Reverence. Thank you again for your time, Master Maler. Ooh. So we persuaded him due to being an orator. We gave her name politely. Implying we didn't like nobles was only a negative. Clarified we had no problem, took away that. Made a pedantic point about Corpus Delis City. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Would it be impertinent of me to opine on who the killer is? Not at all. You are an educated man and have conducted yourself appropriately in this inquiry. You reserve final judgment, of course, but who do you believe killed the Baron? Considering all the evidence, these are my two choices. I choose Pharenic. I guess we could have had 4 choices here and then chosen... Yeah. And then chosen Pharenic. I didn't know we were going to get to choose. That's why I didn't say anything, but Pharenic. Prior Pharenic, Your Reverence. Others may have had a motive, but Prior Pharenic had the most to lose. Noted. Your contributions to this inquiry are appreciated. Thank you for your time and candor. I wanted to help in any way I could. I know in my heart that Brother Piero is innocent. Until later, Master Maler. Until then, Your Reverence. 2. Final day of law and judgment. May 1518. Andreas, I didn't think you were coming to this. I didn't think I was either, but I suppose I wanted to see how this ends after all. It was the prior of the Abbey, if you can believe it. Did you ever talk with him in the Abbey, Andreas? You missed the trial, Andreas. That archdeacon read all the charges and found him guilty. I worked with him almost every day, Clara. I didn't know he had a murder in him. Oh, they want you to think they're so pious, but all they're here to do is slowly drain the life out of this town. Calm down, Peter. Oh, here comes the procession. Hey, Otto. Did I miss anything? No, you're fine. Wait, did they come to the execution together? Is this a date? This seems a little awkward. I mean, they didn't come together because obviously that's her family, but like they decided to meet up here. Anyway, Andreas. Otto. I'm assuming this is an execution. Agnus Dei. Oh, I didn't do this. God knows if even if you do not. Agnus Dei, quae tollis peccata. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Agnus Dei, quae tollis peccata mundi, donna nobilis. Running like a chicken, crying like a woman. Pathetic. Silence, silence. I order the executioner to carry out his duty. I warrant him peace and safe conduct, whatever may befall him. I mean, we should watch. I mean, just from a, like... We are the one who accused him. We should at the very least see it through. My God. My God. Oh no, I don't feel good about this. Hold still. No, no, no. Oh no. Oh no. My Lord Judge, have I executed well? You've executed as judgment and law have required. For that I thank God and my master who has taught me such art. Hey everybody. Hey Gernot. I know this was your doing, Andreas. You know it was only a matter of time before Phorenik was caught for his interests. Yes, but that was for me to deal with. There is no future for the scriptorium now without him. Is that really what you're concerned about? He killed a man. You are no longer welcome at Kiersau, Andreas Maler. I will send your final payment to the Gürtners. May you have a long and successful career in Nuremberg, and may you never travel this way again. Is this the end? 3. Separation, June 1518. Andreas, has the time come for you to leave us? I'm afraid so, Brother Piero. This farewell will have to be brief. Father Gernot made it clear I was no longer welcome at Kiersau. I pray that time will soften Father Abbot's heart. I hope eventually realize that you were only trying to help me. This is a sad parting, but inevitable. I'd hoped you would stay a bit longer. For the world does need you more than Kiersau does. You've grown beyond this old abbey and become a master in your own right. I will miss you, my son. Who will keep you out of trouble when I'm gone? I pray that is the last trouble I will see in my old age, and I have God and you to thank for getting me out of it. Come, your masterpiece is complete. May I see it one last time before you go? Please, I value your assessment. The opinion of one old monk matters little. All the same, I am excited to see it finished at last. It is a masterpiece, truly worthy of the word. Okay, so I'm trying to see if there's anything else in it. Well, that's obviously Il Peter, right? And then that's Jorg and Clara. Okay, interesting. And then there's Baron Rothvogel, Jesus Christ, some random people. Okay, cool. It appears you took my advice to heart. What advice was that? You put yourself into the work, not just to interpret another artist's work, but to transform it into something true. This shows the world as it is, and how you have seen it, even if it is not what we may want to see. Though it is not my place to say so, I am proud of you, Andreas. Oh? What's this? A scrap of parchment? Do not return here. A warning. Ooh. So that means we got the wrong person. Whose hand is this? It doesn't look like Brother Adolf's or Brother Guy's. Brother Florian and I found a similar note in the Baron's clothing. And that I found more notes delivered to others while I was investigating him. They must have been written by someone who knew the darkest secrets of this town and the Abbey. They tugged at those secrets to kill the Baron, like someone pulling at threads that had been buried in the past. A frightening thought, but who would do such a thing? I wish I knew. Don't trouble yourself overly about it. Your future lies outside these walls. I hope that you will have time to visit me once or twice in your travels before the Lord takes me. I'll come as often as I can, assuming Father Gurnall doesn't forbid it. Well, we must have faith that better days lie ahead for all of us. God bless you, Andreas Maler. Thank you for your friendship. Until next time. Oh? Oh. Oh no. This is Andreas and his son, I'm guessing, and then that must be Piero? Okay, not his son, given the way that he's addressing us. Are you alright, Master Andreas? What? Are you alright, Master Andreas? Yes, thank you, I was just remembering him. Trying to, anyway. He doesn't come easily anymore. Oh, would you like me to leave you alone? No, Casper, it's not necessary. There's nothing to be done about it now, it's too late. Like so many things. Andreas Maler, I never expected to see your face here again. Have you been in Nuremberg for these last 7 years? No, Nuremberg for a few years, but I received some lucrative commissions abroad. Oh! Whoa. So we're doing a time skip and then we carry on? Oh, well, that is interesting. Okay, I was like, are we at the end of the game? I was thinking, have we screwed things up? Do I need to reload entirely? What things haven't happened that meant it to have happened? I just realized that Lenhart might have died of natural causes. He might not be murdered because we are doing time skips. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, I did read that apparently Obsidian have mentioned that and they are going to hotfix it, which is good. Unfortunate, but good. Like, unfortunate that it happened. So where did we go? Did we go to Poland? I mean, that would kind of fit in with us getting to know Brother Florian. England? Knows some English and can reference cultural touchstones from London and other parts of Britain. That gives me half a chance of getting them. France? Knows French and can reference cultural touchstones from Paris, Tours, and Dijon. Or Aragon. Knows some Spanish and bits of Arabic and can reference cultural touchstones from Barcelona and Valencia. Ooh. Which one are we gonna go for? Oh, I don't know. You know, I kind of like Poland, just because it allows us to, fit in with Florian. Now, it would seem like he's one of the people that we properly met during our time here previously. I'm trying to think of who else. Like, maybe France would fit for Sister Illuminata. I think Poland, yeah. So we know some Polish, bits of Czech, some Hungarian, can reference cultural touchstones from Krakow, Prague, and Buda. Sure, let's go Poland. I was in Krakow, the court of King Sigismund. He has a great passion for humanism, as well as new Italian and German art. Hey, that also fits. Italian art. We were in Italy. It all fits together. Did you have an occasion to paint the king's physician, Jacob Isaac? Oh, that's kind of interesting that we get a drawing. Not to paint, but I did meet him. I was surprised to learn King Sigismund had ennobled him. An interesting man. You don't meet many Jews in nobility in Poland or elsewhere. Poland is one of the few places Jews may live in peace, provided the king doesn't have a change of heart. I'm surprised you care at all. Oh, have we discovered a secret? Could he be a Christian monk who is secretly a Jew? That is potentially something going on there. In spite of your extensive travels and success, you're still not welcome at Kiersau. The abbot hasn't forgotten what happened. 7 years isn't all that long. I simply wanted to pay my respects to an old friend. Surely you understand that. I understand why Father Abbot expelled you from the abbey. What were you expecting? A hero's welcome? Ooh, okay. Word. An inn or a tavern usually owned and operated by a single family that serves travellers in rural areas. Tell Father Gernot I'll be staying at the Landhaus in town for a night or two before moving on. The Golden Hand, I'll tell him, but I can't imagine he'll care. Why is he so rude? God bless you, now be off. 4. Revolution, June 1525. Time moves on. That monk seemed unhappy to see you, Master Andreas. Why is the abbot so angry with you? Towards the end of my stay in Tassing, there was a murder at Kiersau Abbey, a nobleman. Father Gernot panicked and accused my friend, Brother Piero, of committing the crime. I helped convince the investigating archdeacon that another monk was responsible, Prior Phorenik. He was executed for the crime. You got someone killed? It was that or let an innocent man die. It's not much of a choice, still, I would have been scared. Why didn't you mention it before? Well, I suppose it must have been a hard situation about if the abbot is still this mad at you. I had to make some difficult choices. Maybe they were the wrong ones, but I had to live with that. Why did we come here if you're not welcome? I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero. And to be honest, I'm not looking forward to returning to Nuremberg. Oh, I guess our arranged marriage did not turn out well. This commission, it's an obscene vanity piece under the pretext of a religious scene. Oh, maybe not. That's not the reason why we don't want to return. My patrons just want to celebrate themselves and their wealth. I dread every new commission more than the last. Every step I take towards home is agonizing. But Master, you're famous and rich. Your work is wonderful. When I saw your altarpiece in Nuremberg, I begged my father to help me become your apprentice. I don't understand how you could accomplish all that you have and be unhappy. Well, I thought I wanted to be like my father, like my brothers. I thought that was my dream. Once I wanted this life so much that it consumed my every waking thought. I don't know if I've changed or if what I wanted was never really real. Maybe I've been a fool this whole time. I want life as an artist to be better for you, Caspar. Learn from my mistakes, alright? Oh, alright. Yes, Master Andreas. Well, come, let's visit my old friend Klaus. It's been too long. It's Klaus. He's got a different outfit on. How'd you like, Master Andreas? Okay. Well, what I think we're going to do is we're going to end the episode here. It's a little bit earlier than I'd usually do it, but I think this is a good point for us to start next time. You know, starting 7 years later as Andreas the Bearded. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.